Hey, welcome back everyone, this is Nia here, back with some race highlights from the second Bugatti race over for the World Championship series at Pak'Cafan.org. We're currently starting from third on the grid today, and because of some various clutch issues during warm-up, we will not be able to use the clutch for the start. We will try to use the brake start with the auto clutch selected to on. So we're going to see how our start goes. We're waiting for the 3 red lights and the 4th green one, and we can't shift. What? Okay, auto clutch, please. Thank you. So, through very little fault of my own, I was not able to shift off of the grid for the red lights. So we were stranded on the grid while we were piled into by our own teammate and Static Energy. So we've ruined 2 races so far off of the line, and our teammate has gotten himself a 5-second cut track penalty over on the 4th corner, which is a little unfortunate, but we have now managed to get ourselves from 9th to 8th position out of 10, and we hope to see if we can try and catch back up to at least a top 5, maybe even a podium position if we can manage to match our pace last race around as we lock up a little, going to double right-hander, going on to the back straight, getting a little bit of turbulent air behind Flying Spark as he's trying to line up a move on Stocky, gets a little bit onto the grass, manages to save it, but it compromises entrance into the S section, so we are able to pass him up the inside. Quick move, job done. We're going to see if we can line up a move on Stocky on the right-handers, and we had to prepare for his car, dramatically slowing down on the exit and dramatically slowing down on the second exit. So let's try and get a replay of that and see what exactly happened. So we turn into the corner on the best line, and he just came in a little too shallow, and we might have even just lag bumped a wheel there on the exit. Didn't seem to do too much damage, but he had to slot in behind Flying Spark on the exit of that corner, putting us into 6th place and himself into 8th place. So we're managing 6th at the moment. We're going to see if we can catch up to Scott Meek as we try and cut on over to the next clip here on lap 3. We're following pretty closely to Scott Meek through the high-speed downforce sectors. We're going to see if we can try and line up a move on the front stretch. We're going to try and nail the double right-handers as best as we can, but we don't get the best exit. However, we do have lower downforce than most of the cars on this track, so we are able to get a massive tow going up the hill from Scott Meek. We're going to see if we can line up a move up the inside. It's a very difficult overtaking spot. We managed to get it done pretty cleanly. We're going to see if we can get a little bit of a replay on that. We're just going to line them up around the outside, and it turns into the inside as we go into the 2nd and the 3rd corner. But it was a pretty clean move and pretty clean driving from Scott Meek and myself at the moment. So we're currently in the 5th position, and our next job is to try and tackle the opportunity of trying to catch Big O. And we've managed to do that so far here on lap 7. However, we've got a little yellow car right behind us. That is our teammate Worthy. I believe he might even be on a different fuel strategy because he's tremendously fast in this part of the race. He's faster than myself, and I'm considered to be running the lowest downforce on this track. So if he's going faster than me just purely in a straight line, then there's no way in the world he can be running the same fuel numbers. As we were trying to see if we can catch Big O to put a gap between ourselves and Worthy just to delay him a little bit, as Worthy outbrakes himself a little into the double right-hander and loses it a bit. So we managed to lose him for now. We're going to try and see if we can stay on the back of Big O as we outbrake ourselves just a little bit and lose the apex for the first part of the S's. Run really wide and lose a ton of speed. We've also lost time to Big O at the same point in time, so we've given him about a good 1.82 second gap in front of us, and Worthy is all over the back of us trying to find a way past. We're going to see if we can let him pass here on this straight, but he's still going for any move that he can because he feels like he's being slowed down quite dramatically by ourselves. So we're going to just let him by, put on the turn off the DRS a little early so we can give him a little space going up the uphill. and we've managed to stay behind him coming through the uphill chicane, and he should be able to give us way to catch up to Big O, as Big O and Sinister have had some contact and sent Sinister over into the sandbox dudes. I'm not completely sure what happened there, but that looks like a 6th place for Sinister so far, and we've put ourselves into the 5th position as our teammate Worthy spun out! And we've done a really good job at avoiding his stricken car in the double right-handers over there. Some really difficult corners on worn rubber. But we managed to avoid our teammate, who has put himself back behind Sinister, who is now in the 5th position, as we cut on over to lap 14. We've caught Big O quite substantially. We're within 2 seconds, and he's decided to go to the pits. So he must be going for some type of 2-stop strategy or an alternate strategy with the medium tire, because I cannot see a set of softs. I can't exactly see any tire really lasting 20 entire laps of the race. We do have 7 times tire wear here on this race, and it does quite make for some dramatic tire wear towards the end of a stint. So it's going to be interesting to see what we're 4 seconds behind 2nd place. So if that is the case, we might even be able to make a race out of this yet. If 2nd place is only 5 seconds ahead, 1st place shouldn't be too far from that. So we should be able to have a race on our hands if we happen to nail this 2nd stint as we come over to the pit stop window at the end of lap 18 to go into the pit lane to come to a leader family reunion. So we've got Rip in the pits, we've got Bullet just entering his pit stall, and we've got ourselves driving in to greet our Lollipop Man. Hello, Mr. Lollipop Man. We would like some tires and some glass, please. Some gas, sorry. So, let's see who beats who out of the pits. We've got Rip Chief Jedi taking his stroll down pit lane with his tires and fuel. We've got Bullet right behind us. We've taken our fuel, but he's gone out of pit lane as well. He's taking a stroll down to exit the pit lane, and now we are taking our stroll right behind him, about 1.5 seconds. So we should be able to stay within a gap close enough to possibly challenge him for 2nd place. Is Big O's coming down the front stretch, and he goes right around the outside of us. We tried to brake a little early just to prepare for it, but we've lost front end downforce at the moment. We have a little bit underheated tires, so he's managed to take our podium position for the moment. But as I've said, he did pit on the end of lap 14, so it's gonna be a struggle trying to keep the tires alive for 20 laps. Now, if he continues to pull away at this race, there's no way that he will be able to hold on to those tires. If we cut on to lap 22, we're catching up to Big O quite swiftly. As we've gone off, we're going to see if we can rejoin it with the gas pedal off, and we've seemed to have given ourselves a 5-second cut track penalty. So, gonna take another look at that. We're going to turn into the left-hander, and going into the right-hand bend, we just carry way too much speed and understeer off. We let off of the gas, but we're still carrying way too much speed not to get penalized. So kind of deserve that penalty, but it's gonna make our lives a lot more work as we've given Big O some breathing room and a 6-second gap. So we just gotta see if we can catch up to him in this stint. We know we're going to have better tires toward the end, so we shouldn't push too hard. Gonna cut on over to lap 30 out of 35. We're coming to the end of it as Big O has surpassed Bullet, who seems to have made a mistake somewhere along the course, so he's trying to catch up Big O as well. We're right behind Bullet. We're gonna see if we can try and stick with Bullet and see if we can get something done to try and go around Big O. We both should have the fresher rubber because we did both pit on the same lap, the end of lap 18 going on to 19. So we're still within some striking range. We're trying to keep our distance to hold the tires, and it looks like Bull has made a pretty major mistake going out of the second part of the double right-hander. But we have DRS, low downforce, and the curves, so we use most of our curves going up the uphill section. We're going to see if we can get a braking move done because we are really good on the brakes, and we managed to get alongside him going into the Dunlop chicane. We've managed to nail the exit. We're going straight in. We've been knocked off! Oh my lord. We've been knocked off the track. Let's see if we can try and get a little bit of a replay of that incident over here on our monitor. So we get the brakes done, and we turn in the corner, stop, give him the space so that he doesn't get punted off the track. We lose it a little bit on the exit because we had to turn in so much, and he just comes across, and the lag just bumps us off. So he might have come across and tapped our wheel, and then the lag just made it 20 times worse. So not really sure what the jurisdiction should be on that per se, because it's clearly lag made it kind of amplified it, made it a bit worse, but I'm not sure what was going on there. But I was pretty furious after that incident, and as you can see, people are starting to ask what was going on because I just had enough at that point. But we are moving on to lap 32. We're going to go to the double right-hander. Big O has made a mistake, and he's gonna rejoin it. Almost knocks into the sand. In fact, he knocked most of our car into the sand. So we've taken half a trip into the cat litter, and we're not too happy about it. We've got second place about 7 seconds ahead, so that knocks us out of contention for P2 in this race. It would have been one of the greatest comebacks of the season. However, we're going to have to settle for third place this race, as we're going to move along to the end of lap 35, going down the backstretch, and Rip Chief Jedi has indeed won the race, and we have come in third behind Bullet, who is leading by about 4.85 seconds. So it was a pretty interesting race the whole way around. Had some great battles going on there. It's just a shame that the battle for second ended a little bit prematurely before the final lap of the race. But this is us across the line in the third position. As great a drive as we ever could have attempted to hope for with the start that we've had. But we're going to show the statistics on screen. We've got Group Chief Jedi in first, Bullet in second, myself in third, Big O in fourth position, Static Energy behind him after the incident on the start. We've got Scott Meek behind Static Energy, Sinister behind Scott Meek, Stocky in the 8th position, and our teammate Worthy in 9th ahead of Flying Spark. So that is going to wrap it up for the race results so far, with Bullet qualifying on pole. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please leave it down in the comments below. Leave a like as well to help support the channel. But anyway, I am Near, your host, and I'll catch you guys all on the flip later.
But my tires went on like lap 28. They were telling me to pit